Some songs explode overnight, dominating playlists and streaming charts. Others, with equal talent and production quality, vanish into obscurity. Why does this happen? It isn't luck, and it isn't just skill. Hidden psychology drives virality. Subtle emotional triggers, memory cues, and cognitive patterns baked directly into the music. Today, we'll uncover how some producers unknowingly manipulate minds, and why understanding human behavior is just as crucial as mastering melody, rhythm, and mixing in creating a hit that people can't stop listening to. He had been producing music for years, tirelessly crafting melodies, perfecting rhythms, and refining every mix. Every track sounded polished, professional, and creatively compelling. Yet, despite all his effort, his music never gained traction. Plays were minimal, shares were scarce, and streams plateaued. Meanwhile, other producers, often less technically skilled, using simpler songs, basic beats, and minimal arrangements, were suddenly everywhere. Their songs dominated charts, filled playlists, and racked up millions of streams. Confused and frustrated, he began to study the patterns behind the hits. He analyzed trending songs, dissected their structures, and watched listener behavior closely. It wasn't the instruments, the production software, or even the talent that made the difference. The magic was hidden in subtle psychological triggers: how notes were placed, how tempo shifted, the repetition of hooks, the rise and fall of emotional arcs. These were the invisible forces that captured attention and stayed in the listener's mind long after the song ended. The more he studied, the more he realized the truth. Human emotion drives engagement. Nostalgia pulls at the heart. Anticipation keeps the listener hooked. Surprise creates delight. And cognitive ease, the brain's preference for patterns and resolution, makes songs memorable. Even the tiniest choice, like a minor note or a rhythmic shift, can manipulate attention and retention. A repeated hook isn't just catchy, it imprints on memory subconsciously. Ignoring these psychological principles guarantees obscurity. Talent alone is not enough. Many brilliant tracks fail because they don't align with human cognitive patterns. This realization frustrated him deeply. He had the skill, the knowledge, the creativity. Yet it wasn't translating into success. The missing piece was invisible but powerful, understanding the mind of the listener. The revelation hit hard. Musical virality is behavioral engineering. Every hit song aligns with cognitive patterns that the human brain craves. The brain seeks resolution, loves surprise, and responds intensely to emotional payoff. Producing without this knowledge is like playing chess blindfolded. Once he understood these principles, everything changed. He began intentionally designing songs with psychological hooks. Every beat, every chord, every drop, every pause was calculated to create attention, anticipation, and emotional impact. He experimented with melodic tension, rhythmic variation, and subtle memory triggers that made listeners unconsciously return to the song. No longer were his tracks just technically proficient. They became irresistible experiences, designed to resonate at a deep subconscious level. Understanding psychology didn't replace skill, it amplified it. He realized that viral potential wasn't accidental. It was predictable, measurable, and achievable once the mind of the listener was understood. Music became a tool not just for expression, but for influence. The lesson is clear. Skill alone will never guarantee virality. Music is not just notes and rhythm. It's an experience shaped by the human mind. Combining production expertise with insight into human behavior multiplies reach, retention, and engagement. Every choice in a song, from melody to silence, is a psychological decision. The difference between obscurity and virality is understanding that invisible connection with listeners and designing music to hit it consistently. He transformed from a skilled producer into a strategist. Music was no longer just creation. It was intentional, with every track designed to capture attention, evoke emotion, and embed itself in memory. The result: higher engagement, loyalty, and a powerful, almost magnetic connection with listeners. What was once purely art became influence. Music isn't just heard anymore. It's experienced, felt, and remembered. And that is the hidden psychology behind viral songs. If you care about creativity, authenticity, and growth in the digital age, this conversation is for you. Like, comment, and subscribe for more deep insights on creativity, music, culture, and the business behind content.